guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to have a bit of a play with our little stapled, you know, clustery things that we made. And I've brought along some of my pieces that I have made in mass make sessions. So that I've got ready-made bases and obviously ready-made pieces, and then we can just work together and decorate and, you know, make some lovely ephemera pieces, so that we've got then lots of ready-made pieces to put into our junk journals. So I'm just going to kind of squash these all up over here, and we'll just get decorating, you know, just one at a time and seeing what we can come up with. So this is one of my little, you know, foldy pocket pieces. So obviously I'm not doing anything with the back because I personally would stick this onto a page like that. So obviously I don't really feel the need to be inking this or anything because it's going to be stuck in. However, obviously I do need to ink, you know, the visible parts, if you see what I mean. I'm just going to trim across the top because it's not really very straight. So hopefully that's improved it slightly. Have a look. Might still not be very straight. Well, it's better than it was. So I'm just going to ink this up in the first instance. So I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope you're maybe doing some crafting. Maybe you've made some of these little things with, you know, if you've got fabric trims and things like that that you would, you know, want to use in your junk journals but don't quite know what to actually, you know, how to use them or what to make with them. Maybe you made some of these little clusters there. So sorry, it's really hot today, so I've had to open my windows, and that was just like the noisiest motorbike on the planet. So yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just going to have a look through all my little clustery pieces and see which one will look good on here. I mean, actually that one's really lovely on here, I think. So yeah, weirdly I made it this way up, and then when I went to put it on here I put it that way up, which strangely I maybe prefer. So yeah, I might just have it that way up. So obviously I'm going to decorate it up with some other pieces as well. I'm not just going to leave just that there. So let's see what else I've got laying about. Got some of this lovely green food coloured lace, which I was going to put it up here, but actually it might be better on here. So that's quite nice, isn't it? So just going to ink that up a little bit. Yeah, it's very, very hot again. I mean, obviously I'm filming ahead, and I know I always say this, but I don't want anyone to think that I'm a liar. You know, if this video doesn't go up for a couple of weeks and then the weather's done a complete U-turn, you know, anyone in the UK will just be thinking, what's she talking about? The weather's absolutely foul. So I always like to just say, you know, I am filming ahead. And at the point of filming, it's boiling. Right, I'm just having a look through my little flowers, seeing whether I've got anything. And that's a bit too monstrous, I have to say. I'm not sure about the yellow. And this feels a bit too samey. Maybe the flowers aren't the right thing. Just going to have another bit of a rummage in case I've got some other flowers that would be better. Got that one. No, probably not that one either. That's my little flower stash that I've got, you know, directly beside me. I've got some more in my little tin. I'm not sure that I've got anything quite suitable in here either, funnily enough. Just have a look. Unless we have sort of more blues. Let's have a look. I guess we could have something more blue. Oh, I'm not sure now. Do you know, I think maybe I need to do some stamping on here actually, because maybe that would improve it. So sorry, I'm just drinking a cup of tea. So I've been doing back-to-back videos this morning, so I'm pretty thirsty. So yeah, just please excuse my, you know, every now and then when I'm just having a sip of my tea. Right, let's have a look. Okay, I've got my script stamp, so I think, so I've had this script stamp for absolutely years, but it never fails, you know, it always looks good. So I think I'm going to just take that and my black stays on. Oops. And just do a bit of stamping, because I think for me the green just looks a bit too plain. So just pop that bit of stamping just like that. And actually I'm just going to do some on, you know, what will be the inside as well, because this is like your journaling space in here. So you just kind of do your journaling in here. Okay. Right, so that just looks a little bit better, having a bit more sort of interest, I think. And then actually I'm just going to pull in, I've got my Blue Book Favourites 2, because there's some bits and bobs in here that I could maybe use. So let's just have a look. Maybe this one. I love using this kind of craft coloured colour, you know, this brown sort of colour. I love using that against this colour green. It just really looks very, very striking. So I'm so sorry if you can hear my daughter. She's up here playing and then trying to obviously attract my husband's attention out the window. So yeah, I do apologise. So that looks really nice, I think. So I'm just going to go for that and glue that down. That's so weird, because I just never would have used that butterfly that way round. You know, when I made it, it was obviously up the other way, intended to be used up the other way. And then as soon as I pulled it in, it just seemed to kind of be the logical way to have it that way up. Very strange how sometimes these things happen, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Now look what I'm doing. Ah. Okay. Just going to pop that down here. And then again, just mop that up a bit, like that. And then I'm just going to stick this one down. Now, probably could get away with sticking this as a pocket. I'm not sure how much this is going to stick over it, but I'm just going to try that. So hopefully I've got another little pocket then here. I mean, obviously if I end up sticking something over it, it doesn't matter. But I just thought we'd try it like that. And then I'm going to have that there. And I wouldn't mind just having a little bit of lace, maybe somewhere kind of hanging off of it. So let me just see what scraps of lace I've got laying about. Because of course there always are scraps of lace on my desk. So could have it like that. Just going to have another sip of tea while I'm just deciding. Oh, I don't know. Well, we could just have sort of a little section of lace, or on that side actually. That's quite nice actually. Right, I've finished my tea, so that's done. Okay.
Oh, look what I made.
Oh, that's gorgeous, darling.
Because look at the back.
Oh, lovely. Just doing some crafting, making some stuff. Okay, right, let's just now put the lace down. Okie dokie, and then pop that there like that, and then this one here, just going to pop it like that. So now obviously this is just held together with one staple, so what I might do is just kind of like, you know, blob just a couple of bits of hot glue every so often, and that just holds the layers just together, you know, just in case. I mean, hopefully it would be fine, but it just never hurts to have a little bit of extra stick, does it? So like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick this down. Okie dokie. Like that. And actually that butterfly, if you can see, that's kind of moving about a bit. Just, you know, again, because it's just held with that staple. I mean, I don't mind that, but I might just add a little bit of glue just to you know, really make sure that it's stuck down. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's fine, but I always think it's better to just have a bit much stick than not enough, isn't it? Because, you know, the last thing you want, obviously, is your pieces coming off. You know, that's not good at all. So, yeah, just more is better than less. More is better than less. Yeah. Might have a little bit of lace somewhere else. I've just got this little piece really, just that's a scrap now, so I could just pop that somewhere. I mean, it doesn't really need it. Am I actually spoiling it by putting it there? No, I don't mind it. Let me just rip this kind of open a bit, because otherwise it's like a big square edge, and it would obviously look better like that. A little bit more scrappy. That looks then better, doesn't it? So, I mean, this is the type of thing that my mum would see and say, better? You've just made that look a complete mess. Why would that look better? She's not a junk journaler, obviously. She doesn't make junk journals. So, yeah, she obviously doesn't really get the whole, why would you want your things to look really scruffy and messy? So that's that. And then should we have a bit of bling? Everything's better with bling, isn't it? So, oops. Now, just thinking, shall we have it on the butterfly? The only thing is, where the butterfly is actually like that way on, does that look strange? You could have it on the top. Oh, let's just have it on the butterfly. Otherwise, I'll be here all day this time now, trying to decide where to put the bling. So, have to just make a decision sometimes, don't you? There we go. So you've got your pocket here and your pocket here, and obviously open it out and you've got your journaling space there. Now, of course, on these you could put, you know, some coffee dyed paper or just some plainish paper in these. I don't know whether I would bother, to be honest, because I mean, I think this is perfectly fine. You can write on this perfectly fine, you know, it's not too dark or anything. But just, yeah, personal choice really. So that's one. So pop that to one side and we'll just bring in the next one. Again, I'm seriously not, you know, discriminating. I'm just like pulling in literally any old thing that, you know, in whichever one I grab first is the one that's coming in. So this one is one of those little pockets here in the side. So I really like these. Sorry about this. I'm just fidgeting around on my chair trying to get comfy. Okay, I'm just trimming it down because again, it didn't look particularly straight. So hopefully that's a little tiny bit better. Okay, oops, I don't think that is getting any better, weirdly enough. I think it's just staying the same. Wonky. Wonky. There we go, that's hopefully better. Right. So now I've pulled this in. I don't actually know whether I'm going to have any of these that are actually going to match this. So in which case I'll be putting this back and finding a different one. Oh, lovely. Really lovely. I'm not sure that this is quite right actually, because the green ones obviously look very, you know, lost in here. Well, that one's not too bad. Yeah, that one's not too bad. So I'm just going to ink this up a little bit. Don't think this has been inked at all. Okay, ink all around there. I will just ink the back just in case, you know, this ends up as a floating pocket. I mean, I don't know, obviously, you know, this, I maybe would even sell this as part of a kit, I don't know. But I'll just ink it up all round and then it's not a problem, you know, because you can always glue it down even if it's inked up. But equally, if you don't want it glued down, at least it's all inked up. So, yeah. So then we're going to have this one here. Now, again, I want this to stand out a little bit more. You know, exactly like we did with this piece here. So I need something like that again, just to lift that off the page and make it stand out. So I'm just having a look through here. Obviously I have got, you know, more of those glue book favourites, which I could use. I've got green ones, which are quite nice. This I think is the original size, because obviously I made them really massive for my glue book. And then I've shrunk them down, printing them either 2 to a page, and then I've printed them also 4 to a page. So that's why I have a variety of sizes here. So I'm just having a look, because this obviously is, you know, quite monstrous, although maybe just right as the little tag in there. Well, I don't really want the same, do I, on the outside? So let me just pop that back in my little tub thing, not tub, but you know, oh, what do you call it? My, you know, my photo box beside me where I have all my little index cards and things. So we've got this, which again, this is one of my number tabs, which this is the set 2, where I have obviously lots of big ones, and set 3 has lots of big ones. Set 1 not so much. So they're not quite right. Hold on. So I've got my set 1, which these are not quite so big, but actually maybe better on here, because maybe the other one was, well, I mean obviously the other one was massive. It was way too big, so yeah, not quite right. I'm just still having a quick look through to see what else I might have that would look good on here. Got some of my glue book favourites 3. Oh, that's annoying, because I haven't really cut most of those out, and they're all coffee dyed, which I don't know about you guys, but because obviously the rest of my stuff on here is not coffee dyed, so none of these bits are coffee dyed, I'm not over keen on when then I mix in coffee dyed with non-coffee dyed. Is that just me, or does everyone feel that way? Is that just a bit ridiculous? I don't know. Because they do look very different, I think. When things are coffee dyed, they take on quite a different appearance, don't they? So, yeah, I'm not so keen on mixing up like that. Now, I've got that coloured green, or I obviously have the, you know, this colour green, which is more like the colour of the clustery piece. I'm not sure that this is going to go brilliantly on that paper. Oh, it does actually go quite nice. Isn't it strange? Like, you know, I never would have thought that either of these greens would be fine, but weirdly they both bring out something different in the background paper, because this obviously, you know, brings out the sort of lovely aqua-y type green, and this one just brings out the lovely sort of sage green. So yeah, they both actually, you know, perfectly fine. Now, which one do we prefer? That's the question. Oh, it's so hard sometimes to decide, isn't it? Should I just go for this? Because otherwise I could be here all day just making a decision about that now. So I'm just going to look around again for another sort of scrap of lace that we can finish this off with. Right, so again, I'm not so sure about the ivory. What do you think? Because this has got that white lace on it. Let me just try with this green. I feel like that ivory would look better with that green. That's just mad, isn't it? Completely mad. But yeah, for some reason, I just feel like the, you know, this green looks better with the ivory. Weird. Very, very weird. Okay. I'll just glue this one down. Like that. And then we're just going to have the number tab and the the little clustery piece. Now I might just ink up the number. Like that. Yeah, that looks really nice, I think. So just glue that number in or on. Okay. Like that. And then again, I'm just going to sort of glue these little layers down because, as I say, you know, it's held with a staple, which I never quite trust, you know, to hold it quite well enough. So I'm sure it's fine, but it's better to be safe than sorry, isn't it? So we'll just, you know, I've just now reinforced it a bit with some glue, and then I'm just going to reinforce those wings here, just with a dab of, you know, Fabri-Tac there, and then just a little bit there. Okay. Oops, I could just do with some under the actual fabric now, otherwise I just have wings stuck on lace flapping around, which that's just weird, isn't it? Very weird. Very, very weird. Right, so let me just check. Sorry, I'm still fidgeting around on my chair. Right. Yeah, so I'm going to put that lace across there. Okie dokie. We'll just chop that down. Like that. Might even just chop a little bit across here as well. There we go. So it's not so sort of uniform across the top there. And then I'm just going to ink up this a little bit. And of course what we could do is then just incorporate something on here that we've got on the pocket to tie the two things in. So I'll just ink around here like that. And then let's just have a look. I've got some more of my number tabs, so let's just put in maybe a number. I mean, again, I'm just sort of pulling them in randomly, but could have like a red one. That might be quite nice, because then that just ties in the sort of red of the, you know, that's in the paper. So like that. Oops. Okay. And then that just tucks in like that. Oh, you know what we haven't got on there? We didn't put any bling on. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really probably add an awful lot, but I don't know. It just feels weird to not have it. But, you know. Now, to bling or not to bling, that's the question here. Oh, I bet Shakespeare never thought that he was going to be hearing that in those terms, did he? Oh, I wish that I could decide what is wrong with me. I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to have it without the bling, I think. Yeah. So that's my second piece. So I'm just going to put that off to one side, and again, I'm just going to bring in very randomly. You know, I'm not intentionally picking anything, you know, in an order. I've just randomly grabbed something. So this is one of those over the page pockets. So we made these a few weeks ago, and they literally would be on a pocket like this. So you would have like two pockets here, and then on the other page you'd have two pockets here. So super simple, and you know, just made literally from like, you know, layering up two sheets of scrapbook paper. Of, well, this is a printable, but you know, using any papers that you've got. Mine is printed on, I mean, as you can see, this is like something I had printed before. I think this is 240 30 GSM card, so it's quite thick, it's quite robust. But of course, you know, just use what you've got on your, you know, on hand. I wouldn't recommend copy paper thickness, but I guess anything thicker would probably work fine. So just inking this up. Now, which piece are we going to have here? So again, let's just have a look through. I mean, obviously I want something a bit more yellow this time rather than the green. Now that is super pretty on there, isn't it? Yeah, that's really, really cute. Got the butterfly, nope. Yeah, I'm thinking I really like that one. I do quite like this actually, which is quite strange, but yeah. I love the butterfly, that's really yummy. To me, that just looks gorgeous. So let's just pop that there, and I'm just going to have a look again and see whether I've got any little flowers that I could incorporate with this. So no, not those, definitely not those. Got these, no, not those. Honestly, I mean, you can have so much stuff in your stash, don't you? And still never have quite the piece that you're looking for. Am I the only person who finds that? I mean, the irony. You know, you just can have just so much stuff, but it's still not quite the right thing. Not sure about that. Honestly, I've fidgeted around on my chair so much today. I do apologise. I don't know, you know, whether you're necessarily aware of it every time I fidget or not, but I think because it's so hot today I can't really get comfy, so I'm just endlessly fidgeting. I've got these flowers. No, they're not right. Oh dear. That's weird. That's very weird. Right, let's put these back to one side. Now, I've got my fussy cuts for my English country garden, but would you believe I don't have any printed? I've been madly printing because I've had lots of requests for printed copies of things lately. And I mean, to the point of actually had to kind of say I can't do any more printed copies now until at least September, because I'm just getting a bit snowed under with stuff really. And, you know, while the kids are home and then we're trying to do other things, I'm struggling a little bit, but you know, I'm not moaning. Please don't think I'm moaning. But yeah, so I apologise at the moment if you're one of those people who would like some printed copies. I just really can't stay on top of it at the moment. Let's have a look. That's a yellow flower. That's just going to get lost in there. Yeah, so I've been doing madly loads and loads of printing, but obviously not really for myself, so now I haven't really got any now to use, because I probably would have had some flowers that would have gone all right with this. Let's have a look. So this is my little ephemera box that I'm sort of, again, it's a work in progress, so I'm just, let me move my cup of tea off the desk so that I can hopefully spread myself out a little bit. I mean, that's kind of cute, isn't it? I know it doesn't really go, which weirdly, but for some reason I quite like it on there. So this is a flower, obviously, from my fussy cut flowers that go with the English country garden. Oh, don't you just love using colour? I know that, you know, in junk journals, obviously a lot of popular, you know, work is in vintage style and things, and, you know, I mean, I love vintage too, but I do love colour, and I know that Barbara, 49 Dragonflies, she's been using a lot of colour recently, and it's so lovely to see. It's, you know, just really, really nice to see lots of colour. So yeah, I'm always a bit drawn to colour, to be honest. Oh, that's quite nice, that pink rose. Oh, now I don't know. Maybe I could have that pink rose kind of like down here, or decisions. Maybe I just haven't really got the right piece here. That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, that's quite nice. Oh gosh, I'm so hot. So that's probably not really helping. Probably not helping with anything when you get too hot and then you just can't think straight. It's gone a bit like that up here. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I do really love that green label. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, for me that's really looking good. I have got these flowers from my fussy cut flowers from the English Country Garden as well. So if I just ink these up, hopefully they'll take on a similar appearance to these ones, and I might be able to then use these somewhere. Now I need to keep my eye on the time or on my phone because I'm pretty sure it's going to run out of battery soon. So just keeping my eye on that because I've been doing videos back to back now for a couple of hours. So it's going to be running out of charge pretty soon, I think. Now, let's just tear that around. Just going to tear that off. This is where my flower ends up like the size of a, you know, pea, because I've just cut it down and down and down and there's like nothing then left of it. Stranger things have happened. Perhaps I should just have it like that. What do you think? I mean, don't forget I'm going to put some lace on here actually, I'm just thinking. So let me just stick this down because that's flopping around and, you know, it's a bit annoying and distracting. So I'll just sticking that down, then just stick the lace a bit. Okay, now I'm just going to tear that triangular pointy bit that's really sticking up because that's very annoying. Right, so if I have that like that, this here, now let me just pull in some sort of lace that I'm going to sort of put as a trim on here because, you know, that could change the whole look of this, you know, and it could be that I'm then, you know, spent all this time and then it would look rubbish anyway. So, I mean, that's not too bad. What do you think? Let's just have a look. I wonder whether we should have a little number or something. So, just ink up this number 7. Oh gosh, look at how much I've inked that now. That's quite nice. I don't know whether that lace is quite the right piece, so let me just have another look, see what other lace I have laying around. If not, I've got some right behind me in my bag, but I just thought I might have had, you know, I love it when you just grab things off the desk because often I think they're the things that you need that you wouldn't have necessarily thought of, if you see what I mean. I mean, I couldn't find anything that time, but, you know, sometimes that's for me a winning way to find stuff is like, ooh, what's on the desk? Ah, that's quite nice, I think. Yeah, I quite like how that looks, so let's go for that. So let's pop that number down. Oh, now my glue has decided to not work. Let me just unclog that. Okay. Couldn't remember for a minute where that had come from. Okay. Press that down. Right, then my label I'm going to have here, so I'm going to cut the label down like that. I do love to have half a label. I know I always say that, but yep, for some reason for me half a label, that's just the winning thing. It just seems to work perfectly, having just half a label. No idea why that is, but that just seems to be the thing that works best for me. I mean, occasionally I have a whole label, but why have a whole when you can have a half? There we go. And then I'm just going to stick these flowers down. Okay, so I'll just pop those down there, press them down. Again, I'm just using my dry wipe just to dab the excess glue off. And then we can pop our gorgeous cluster there. So the lace trim, I mean, I actually quite like there, I think. I'll just check I don't want it that way. Yeah, I think it's nice there. Yep. Okay, so we'll just run some lace down the edge. Okie dokie. Like that. Oops. Just checking which way up my lace needs to go. Probably didn't really matter, but okay. And then I'm just going to cut this kind of a bit scraggly on the edge like that, and then we can have this just there. I mean, that is covering up the whole of that pink flower, which is a bit of a shame, but if I put it higher it looks a bit strange, so I think I'm going to have to cover up the pink flower, which wasn't, you know, how I'd intended that, but never mind. So just glue that down like that. Okay, so how pretty does that look? Gorgeous. And then obviously for this one we've got the other side of this pocket that also we can decorate up. I'm not going to use one of these clusters because I feel like it would be then, you know, overkill of clusters and a bit strange. You know, but obviously you know, you could. So I could use the rest of that label. I mean, I'm probably overdoing the label, but that just seems a little bit more okay rather than, you know, the whole cluster. So I've got here some dictionary definition. I could just use that. I'll just then ink this. Let me just check and remember how this looks. Right, okay. So I could have this like that, and then got this other bit of flower. Could have that like that, I guess, and then could have maybe a bit of lace or something up there. And I'm thinking maybe a butterfly on this might be quite good, so let's just bring in my butterflies. I'm not sure about this one, to be fair, but the only reason I bought it in is because I had that red number on the other side, and I thought, oh well, perhaps a bit of red. But yeah, I mean, probably not, because that's a bit strange, isn't it? But you know, sometimes don't you just want to do something really like crazy different? So sometimes, you know, just find myself trying random strange things. And sometimes, you know, random strange sometimes actually works, and it's like, oh, glad I tried that, you know. Obviously other times it maybe just is a disaster and you just think, oh my gosh, no one's going to ever watch my channel again. Right, let's just put the label down here. Like that. Okay, press that down. Okay, looking good. And then we're just going to have the flowers here. So I'm going to pop this one down first. like that. Then we're going to have this one. Like that. Okay, and then the dictionary definition here. Oops. Okay, right, so that's all on like that. And where's my butterfly gone now? Over there. So we're going to have the butterfly, I think, here, and then the lace up there. So just pop that butterfly on. And then the lace, I'm just going to kind of have the lace up there. So okay. There we go. Gorgeous. Now, did I put any lace, some bling on the other side or not? I can't remember now. Did we put bling on the other side? Oh my gosh, no. I've done two blingless pieces. That's just weird, isn't it? What's going on with me? Right, what did I do with that piece of bling now? I don't know. Let's cut a fresh piece. Oh, there it is, look. Let's pull it in again. Now we could have some bling there. Again, I'm not thinking the bling necessarily adds anything to this piece, which, wow, that's weird, isn't it? Maybe we'll have some just on the butterfly, actually. Otherwise, people will think they're not even watching my channel. They're watching, you know, somebody else completely. There we go. So we're going to have that bit of bling there. Just pop that down. Okay, oops, pop that down like that. Okay, and then like that. What's up, sweetie?
Hello.
Hello, gorgeous.
I opened my Oreo and I saw this because it melted so much.
Hmm.
Wow.
In case you're watching my channel from like a couple of weeks ago, this is the same day when my daughter was kind of playing around with the Oreos. It's not that she just eats Oreos constantly, but obviously I'm filming ahead, so I filmed a mass make this day and she was pranking my husband with the Oreos. She's still playing around with them, so yeah, it's the same day. She's not just constantly eating Oreos. So that's how that one would look on the side of a page. So you've got, obviously, you know, I would add glue here and glue here, and then the same on this bit, probably a little dab of glue down the middle as well. And then, for instance, if this was, you know, a folded over, you know, this is your journal page, it would obviously then glue on like that. So you've got a pocket here, and then you turn it over, you've got a pocket in here and a pocket here. So really, really, really pretty, isn't it? I'm just going to clip it on here so as you can see this side against the ivory. Isn't that gorgeous? That just looks so, so, so pretty. So that's probably all we've got time for today. So I'll just bring in the ones that we've made. So we've done the 3. So we've got obviously the fold out. In fact, I'll bring this back in. We've got this little fold out booklet. Again, I would just probably glue it on 3 sides, have it on a page. You've got a pocket then there, pocket here, actually a pocket here as well. And then you've got journaling space here and here. So that's that one. Then we've got this one, which we obviously looked at just now. And then we've got this one, which again, you know, you could have this as a floating pocket or fixed on a page. And again, just kind of gluing it round on 3 sides, I would, if I was gluing it in. And, you know, you'd have a pocket there and then this pocket here. You could obviously glue it these 3 sides and then have a top loading pocket, or these 3 sides and have your pocket there. You know, completely up to you how you would obviously use that. But yeah, I hope that you like them. I mean, they look really super pretty, don't they? And I hope that gave you some ideas of how to use your little clustery bits that we made in the previous video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll all see me again soon. Thank you very much. Have a great day working on your junk journals. Thanks then. Bye.